not athletes. We drink, we smoke, we don't, eat right. Adrenaline takes over, and you just have to keep doing it. It's kind of like what Lemmy used to say. He goes, I do it because of the fans. Once I get on stage, it's a whole different world. And that's basically how it is with us. I'm like 59. You're what, 58? So yeah, we're pushing the 60, but when you're on stage, you feel like you're 20. When you get off stage, you feel like you're 100. That's just it. I'm very flattered that people want to emulate us or try to sound like us, and that's like way cool. It's weird because we grew up in the punk scene, but back then, right, Scott, there was no metal bands, right? There was just hair bullshit. There
was people with spandex pants and hairsprayed hair, but people playing metal, slow metal, we'd have to go to places like England, see Budgie and Black Sabbath. The reason we ended up listening to punk is there's a rawness to that music too. And a lot of the people, even the people today, the bands coming up, the slower bands, they recognize the punk music. It's nothing to hear somebody come up and say, I've got that record. I dig those guys. So it's not much different. It's just people's perspective on music.
Back in the day in Los Angeles when we started, we played what we're playing now. But the metal bands were the hair bands. And this is like pre-Guns N' Roses. Like Van Halen was brand new. And this is like pre-Poison. But all the clubs just wanted that. They didn't want us. But when Black Flag, we did a show with a band called Overkill, which was on SST. When Black Flag saw that, they said, well, we want to get them because they're completely opposite of what popular is in metal. Once they saw us with Black Flag and saw that we could take all the trashing and the bullshit from the punks, they start, like MDC is one in particular that used to always say, can we get Saint Vitus to open? Because they knew that when we were done, the crowd would be so volatile and violent about hating us, they would have a great show. We were the first metal band to ever have a pit. And it was not a mosh pit. People didn't run in a organized circle. It looked like a fight. If anybody watches The Decline of Western Civilization, the very beginning when it shows the crowd, that's how our crowd was. And they loved that shit because they just thrashed each other, and it was before any of that. So all the metalheads started going, oh wow, this is fun. It's not a fight. I don't get hurt if I do it. So basically, that's kind of how the mosh started, from the slam, and we were the first metal band to ever get that going.
When you walk on stage with these guys, it's just like you're back there again, because they haven't changed much. And as for the magic, the people who come out, who have the first, second album and stuff, and they're yelling that stuff at you, that's the magic. The magic is the people who come out. They don't look at us like we're any different. They have expectations. It's a dark world. A dark world. When we were young, we would save all our money to go to concerts. So we started talking at school because it seems like we were going to see the heavier things. And so we gravitated towards each other because of that, and I think that's how a lot of people end up being friends.
I specifically remember because he was not our original singer. We had a guy, his name was Howard, we called him How Weird, and he got fired after the first show when we were called Tyrant. And then I remember because we used to do house parties. We were playing a party at my house, and I was singing, and I couldn't remember, I was so fucked up I couldn't remember the words. He was sitting in front of me on the couch, singing them at me like a old school teleprompter. So when it was, I go, why don't you just fucking sing? That's actually how he got in the band, because he didn't really care. He just wanted to come see us and get drunk and party because it was fun. But that's actually how it started. Remember? Because
things never change.
Exactly right. Scotty is really easy to work with. Wino could be a little difficult at times, like me. A lot of people used to say, with me and Wino, it was like oil and vinegar. They were kind of fight each other, but when you put them together, it came out good. And that's sort of because it was a very different dynamic going from a singer to a vocalist. A thing a lot of people do not know is that all of Born Too Late was written, except for I think one song before Wino joined the band. So when we were playing live, he sang all them songs. That's why he does Hag good. He did Born Too Late. I think the only song he didn't do was maybe Dying Inside. I think it's probably the only one, yeah.
I think Wino's brilliant. His approach, and I love the Obsessed, Spirit Caravan, the things he does. I was the one who told him to join this band.
That's right.
So yeah, I loved his voice before he was in the band, and I said Wino would be the dude. He would be the dude. At this point, I just enjoy. I have Vitus. If I want to be in a band, I can be in Vitus. So, it's a no-brainer.
When we broke up after Die Healing, I didn't want to be involved in music at all. But after a few years, Ron Holzner, the bass player from Trouble, he goes, let's do something. And I said, I want to be in a punk band where I can get wasted and just scream. I don't want to play anything. He goes, okay, well, let's just do this. And then he manipulated me and said that I don't know how to play punk rock guitar, show me. So, which was a bunch of bullshit on your part, Ron. Because he knew once I started playing guitar again, I would get into it. And that's how Debris Incorporated started. And that's what I did. But I liked it. It was fun. But it wasn't serious. So, it's much more fun and more rewarding to be in a serious band. Well, Mark has got, he's got health problems, which is, it kind of made it hard for him to play. And so we're like, you have to sit this out and, get help, and we'll replace you. But actually, I honestly believe he's more happy because the last couple tours, he seemed really like he didn't want to do it anymore because he knew that he was not good. But I've talked to him, and he seems to be getting help. Things seems to be okay, but he does seem to be a lot happier just doing his own life. So that's cool, Yeah. When I moved to New Orleans, within my first week, I met Pat because I went to some show and he was there, and he was a Vitus fan. He was still in Crowbar at the time. So when we needed a new bass player, he was down, had already stopped. And so I was like, well, we'll just get Pat. And I go, Pat, you want to do it? And he goes, yeah, I want to do it. I want to go do something. So of course I want to do it. And we have pretty much a whole album, maybe like one more song to do or something. And we're looking for an April, May 2018 release. So by the time we come back over here or do America again, we'll be supporting a new album with Scott singing and Pat on bass. And then after that, who knows? Because, everyone's getting old, so you never know.
In front of my skull, signed with something vile.
I love this club, the Underworld. It's great. I played here, I don't know how many times. This is your first time, I think. The only thing is, I wish the Chinese restaurant was still upstairs because I love that. But no, this is everyone's super cool, and it's intimate because obviously that stage is small, and the people are right in your fucking face, and it's badass.
Well, 3 months ago, Candlemass came over to U.S. first time in 7 years, and they were shocked because there was like about 350, 400 people, and they were just going nuts. And the guys from Candlemass looked over me and goes like, what happened here? So America's catching on, but by far, Europeans know their metal, have always known their metal, and they've been the ones with the beacon held high.
We came to Europe, Vitus did, for the first time in 1989, and we went from playing, shows to like 20 people to playing shows like 400. And we were like, what the fuck? So we actually, Vitus did not play America probably for like 3 years or more. Why? People can't stand us in America. They love us in Europe. But then when we retired after Die Healing, during that span, the whole doom metal thing came into its own, and then America was like, yes. So, damn. So now it's just as good both places. It's badass. Yeah.